Oh, it's a little squirter. It is a Max. Don't worry, I'm not a savage. Hello people and welcome back to another video. I haven't done one of these videos in a while. I don't think I've actually sat down and just talked since I done episode 1, 2 and 3 of the start of the Upside Got Fat Again series. I've said it already of even though any video that you upload isn't necessarily titled Upside Got Fat Again part fucking 17 or whatever. Any of these videos that I'm oh fuck, I'm being absolutely mauled by flies. As I was saying, although all of these videos are not necessarily labeled Upside Got Fat Again, they are still relative to the series. The series isn't a necessary series. The series is my documentation of what I discussed in those 3 episodes of what my life has been up until this point, and me trying to rebuild, not even rebuild, build the life that I want, and a life that I would be proud to say that I made for myself. And lately that life that I've been trying to build seems to be just getting further and further away. It just seems to be, I don't think or feel, and I'm sure you can tell, I'm not necessarily moving. Sorry, I was just kicking my Crocs off. I am not moving in a direction that I want to be moving in. This has always been something that I struggled with, that some things are just going to be outside of my control, and it's about trying to figure out the necessary route or the necessary actions that I need to take in order to not take control of the things that are outside of my control, but I need to welcome and embrace and just evolve or change with those things. I said it in a few videos already, but I haven't actually talked about it. That is, I just started a new job, and the job that I started is an office-based job. It's a Monday to Friday. I desperately needed a job. There's no hiding that. I needed a fucking job. When I started making videos again, I was either already unemployed or I was coming to the end of employment with the people that I was working with beforehand. Same thing when I started social media the first time 3 years ago. I done it under the circumstances that I was unemployed. Seems to be a fucking thing that I somehow only think that this is possible to do when I don't have a job, which is complete bullshit. Anybody that does social media, especially people that done it before social media became what it is today, done so hand in hand while working a fucking job. I'm not going to be handed the life that I want and not have to work anymore. That's not how life works. And to be honest, that's not what I want either. I want to prove to myself that this is something that I can build and this is something that I can achieve, and I don't want or expect anything handed to me. And this career that I want and the thing that I want to do with this channel and with social media in general is not something that can be handed to people. I want to do that for myself. I want to build a life for myself that I get to wake up every morning and say that I achieved this. I feel like I have been, the best way to describe it is I've just been a very bitch mentality. I know I should be nicer to myself, considering I have talked about it already with the fact that the last 2 years have been pretty shit in terms of my mental health. That's the point of why I started YouTube in the first place, is I want to document me refining myself, rebuilding myself, and building the life that I want from that aspect of rebuilding myself as a person. When I'm talking about embracing things that I can't control, when I was unemployed, obviously I made a routine out of that I was training X amount of times a week. I was weighing myself at a certain time under very certain circumstances that I created for the specific weigh-in time that I was doing. My steps, my cardio, etc. I built a routine when I was unemployed, and now that I have a job, that routine needs to change, And as I said in my last video and probably the one beforehand, I just sound like a broken record each time I set up the video and say, oh, this week was a hard week, we didn't get to train today, or we didn't get to train this amount of times, and blah 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 blah, or we're trying to figure stuff out. And it hits a certain stage where you can't keep on saying I'm trying to figure stuff out. You just need to fucking sit down and figure it out. So I meant by, I've always had this thing where I try to control the uncontrollable. The hours that I work, they're outside of my control. I can't change the hours that I work. At the minute, I am not driving. I am reliant on Elena to go to the gym. If Elena decides on that day that she doesn't want to go to the gym, well then that means that I can't go to the gym. That also is something that I could control by learning to drive, but learning to drive is a process, and I am nearly there. I need to actually sit a test. But if you live in Ireland, you know you're waiting like nearly a fucking century to sit a fucking test. Like, wait times for tests is unbelievable. This is what I mean. It's just bitch mentality that like I am making problems for myself in my brain that aren't necessarily problems and that don't need to be fucking problems. But I'm not going to get a driving test until realistically after the fucking summer, which would be like September, October, whereas I need a resolution now as to how I can get around without having to rely on my girlfriend. And it's not that Elena slacks off the gym or anything, but Elena also has a full-time job, and not just that, she's also in the transition phase of her job goes off of the school term. So she works Monday to Friday in a coffee shop, and then when schools close for the summer, her coffee shop closes. So she has a summer job, but the summer job has already started while she's in the end phase of her current job. So Elena's going to be working 15 days in a fucking row. So going to the gym is the last thing on her fucking mind when she's that tired. So like when she's going through all of that, I can't expect her to still have the energy to go to the fucking gym just because I need to go to the gym that day. That's also outside of my control. My step count, I haven't hit a 10,000 step day in the last 4 weeks since I started this job. It's funny, like being a trainer, I have to sit in front of people as they tell me their life struggles of, well, I haven't been able to see results because I work an office job, and then I have to basically intricately pull all those excuses away and being like, these are just things that you're telling yourself to make it easier on yourself, that the fact that you're not doing what needs to be done. Like, you finish work at 5 o'clock, so you have the whole rest of the evening to get those 10k steps in, so why aren't you doing it when you get home? Like, if I was talking to a client, I'd have to ask them that question. But because it's myself that's not doing it, again, I don't listen to myself. I don't take my own advice, and I don't apply the same logic that I would apply to others to my own fucking life. It's funny. I don't, like, not that I don't have anybody to talk to about my mental health. Like, of course, I have, like, family, and I have Elena, and etc, etc. But I don't have any mates that I can turn around and just have like lad talk. I don't have any lads that I can turn around and go, listen bro, like I need to talk, and have you ever gone through this and that, and like etc etc. So I've actually ended up, and this is really stupid, but I actually end up like talking to ChatGPT, not treating it as a therapist, but when I need to vent, and I need to vent there and then, I will write like a big fuck off message into ChatGPT. And sometimes, to be honest, sometimes it does give me an answer that I'm like, I look at and I'm like, oh shit, like that's actually a pretty solid answer. And that happened today, which actually led to me sitting down to talk about this. Literally led me to sit down to do this video. How and why I feel like my journey is going backwards rather than forwards. It all just comes back to mindset. Like, I'm not trying to apply the same routine I built when I was unemployed to my routine now. So, but like when I was unemployed, I'd wake up at 8 a.m. I'd take a shift first thing in the morning. I'd be able to weigh myself then because I'm have to get in a full 8 to 9 hours sleep. I'm after taking a shit, so my weight is going to be completely accurate. I now have to wake up at 6 a.m, which I'm only getting around 6 to 7 hours worth of sleep. I also can't go to the toilet that early in the morning. I sit down and it's It's just air. Nothing comes out. Like after I drink my creatine and I get some water into me, then I start to feel like I need to go to the bathroom, but I'm already dressed and ready to get out the door. So like I can't weigh myself then because I have clothes on me. I'm also have to drink water, so that's going to affect my weight. That's stupid, number one. Number two, with my steps, I was unemployed. I walked fucking everywhere. I didn't have to be anywhere, so it was absolutely no problem of me getting 10k steps in. Now I'm sitting at an office desk from fucking 8 in the morning till 5 in the evening, and then by the time I get home at night with traveling and stuff like that, it could nearly be 8 p.m. and I still have to go home and like cook a dinner and eat food and get ready to go to bed for my next fucking day. So that's stupid, number two. Number three is the gym situation. We swapped gyms. So the gym that I used to go to was in Newbridge, which is where I work now. Elena wasn't going to the gym that day. I could hop on a bus or I could hop on a train. I could just go, and it didn't matter what time of the day I was going because, again, I was unemployed. But now our gym is in Portlaoise, which is like a half an hour drive from Newbridge, 40-minute drive from Newbridge sometimes. With public transport, I'd have to get 2 trains and then walk 20 minutes from the train station. Trying to do that at 5 p.m, I wouldn't be getting to the gym probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and the gym fucking closes at 10, and then having to do all of that travel backwards, which I wouldn't be able to do because buses and trains would stop running at a certain time. I can't get to the gym after work using public transport. I would need to be in a situation where I'm driving, and as I said, sometimes Elena doesn't want to go to the gym. So if Elena's not going to the gym, I'm not going to the gym. And I can't expect Elena to go to the gym every fucking day because Elena's also tired and needs a minute to herself. So that's number three. And instead of embracing those things and realizing that, look, this is just the way life is going to be now, you're not fucking unemployed anymore. Like, you have other responsibilities, and like, I'm not a kid anymore. Like, I'm fucking 25. Like life has other responsibilities. I have other shit that needs to be done. I'm not saying that the gym isn't one of those things. The gym is still very much my life. The gym is still very much my passion and the thing that I love and the thing that I want to be doing for the rest of my life, and hopefully introduce the gym into other people's lives. And that was the whole point of why I wanted to be a personal trainer. It's the whole reason why I wanted to do social media in the first place, is to show my journey, have some sort of an impact on people's lives, no matter what way that is. I don't care if it's having an impact and people look at my videos and think I'm a fucking idiot. As long as I make some sort of an impact on somebody's life, obviously I would want to have an impact in a positive way, and I hope that I'm able to do that eventually. I hope that one day I'll be able to do for people what other people have done for me in the social media industry, of show me that it is possible and show me what the human body is capable of and show me how the gym can change your life. And I do really want to be able to do that for people. That is what I want my life to be, and that's what I'm building towards. I'm never going to get there if I keep on getting into periods like this and mindset like this where I feel like everything is going against me when it's not. This is real life situations that happen. It's just that thing that I've talked about before, where I focus on the top of the mountain rather than the next necessary step that I should be taking to climb that said fucking mountain. I always think of my end goal rather than my next goal. I always try to plan big rather than plan small. Some people prefer to do that of, oh, I'm not going to set 10 small goals, I'm going to set one big goal and just work at that one big goal until I accomplish it. That fucks me up. Obviously we all know, I've just talked about it, of what my end goal is and what my big goal is, and of course I'm going to stay working at that until I accomplish it. But if I feel like I'm not making progress towards that goal, which is what I feel like now, I get into my head, I beat myself up. I don't have measurements of success or measurements that I am actually even going in the right direction, because I don't see tangible or measurable outcomes happening. Yeah, that's how things have been for the last while. And I know I probably just sound like a big fucking crybaby of like, oh, boo-hoo, you got a new job and now your life is hard. Oh, I'm not crying about the fact that I have a job. I'm not complaining about the fact that I have a job. I'm not complaining about the fact that I need to learn how to drive. But I'm being transparent of, this is just what has been happening for the last 4 weeks. I also went backwards in a way of, although the gym is a big part of this channel, going to the gym and building my physique is only one part of this journey that I'm documenting. Just because I don't get to go to a gym to make a video doesn't mean that I shouldn't make a video. I had said it as well already that because I'm not seeing like week by week progress the way that like a bodybuilder on prep would, I don't feel like I need to record every gym session, so therefore I won't make a fucking gym video. Even with the videos that I'm creating for YouTube in the gym and stuff like that, yes, I'm making videos, but it doesn't feel like I'm making content. And this is another thing that ChatGPT also said that kind of like made a lot of sense coming from a chatbot. But it said that I'm just creating updates, I'm not creating value, which is a fucking light bulb moment right there. Is 100% right. Like, that's why I was saying there of, because I'm not making week by week measurable, tangible progress to actually like document, I don't feel like I should make the video. And then when I do make the video, I feel like I'm just making it for the sake of it rather than making something that will actually provide value, and which I hope this video does, is provide value. Just me actually like being fucking honest and talking about it. And I know I probably sound like a little wimpy crybaby bitch boy, but like, oh well. I've said it, if people want to see every workout, I will happily do that, but people need to let me know. I know I'm not going to get people that will let me know because obviously I don't get a lot of views on these fucking videos. But even if it's one person, if one person just fucking says, yeah, I want to see every workout, then I'll happily do that. I want the videos that I make to have value and have an impact, and not just like a 3 to 4 minute video that's just like, here's an update, missed the gym again this week, okay, bye. And that's another thing of, I feel like I'm making videos and not making content. And although the content I want to make is documentation of obviously filming a journey that's not just going to happen in the next 6 months. Like, this is something that I'm literally building a fucking life, and you can't build a life in 6 months. Like, this isn't just going to be a thing where I start recording videos in April and then by December I have the life that I want, so then I just stop recording videos. I think that's everything. I think that's all I really wanted to cover. And I know this is probably just like an absolute rant of a video and I'm just sitting here talking nonsense, and I know people are going to think that I'm fucking stupid, and welcome to the real world, bud. I'm aware of what the real world takes. Like, I have had fucking jobs, I have life experience. Like, I did fucking move to the other side of the world and back. Like, I think I know a fucking thing or two. This is just aspects of my mental health that get to me. Is I hate feeling stagnant. I hate feeling like I'm moving backwards, even if to other people it does look like I'm making progress, which arguably I am. Like, I got a new job, I'm nearly driving, still making videos, although it's not the videos that I want to make. I'm still doing it. Am I missing upload days? Yes, but only on YouTube. If you're following my TikTok and Instagram, like, I'm still posting a short form video every day. Some people may have copped on to the fact that some of those videos are old content. They're videos that I made for TikTok like 3 years ago when I was doing it originally, but those TikToks are still fucking funny. So I will re-upload them. This is probably like completely contradictory of what I just said of like, I'm making videos and not making content, and I want to make content that's providing value and not just content that's like a fucking update. Like, I want to document my journey to actually provide value to people, even if I don't feel like that video is something that will provide value. Who am I to say what other people find valuable or not, you know? Hence why I said, like, even if it's one person that says, no, I do want to see every video, even if like your weight's not changing or your strength's not going up, I still want to be able to see every workout, feel like I'm actually following along the journey and I'm not just seeing like the best of it. Because let's be for real, like, that's what a lot of people with social media do, is they'll only post the best of things rather than post the entire thing. And I don't want to be that person. Like, I want to show the shit, I want to document the shit, I want to document the bumps, I want to document the fucking twists and turns. But yeah, I am gonna go into my cats. They are absolutely fucking sweltered in this heat. I have a little fan for them set up and 2 little water balls and shit. I showed a picture of them. I don't think I've showed them on YouTube. I haven't showed them on YouTube. I put up a picture of them on YouTube, but let's see if I can go and get them. This is Bailey. She's the little girl. Let's see if I can find my boy. And this is Fionn. He's the boy. He's the big brother. There's only a month in between them, but the size difference is very funny. Yeah. I'm going to leave this episode here, or video here, whatever way I call it. As I said, let me know what you want to see. I'm sorry for the rant, but I feel like I just needed to get it off my chest. I feel like I just needed to be honest, which is that the fact of, yes, these are real world problems and they're first world problems, and there's a lot of other shit going on in the fucking world that what I'm dealing with is very, very minuscule, and people deal with this shit on a regular basis. But who is anybody to say what other people are allowed to feel or what other people can class as a struggle? So yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe while you're there, and I'll see you in the next one.